Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club. Mel,
What?
how are you feeling?
Listen, Mike. I'm gonna start this episode off heavy.
Yeah?
And say this is one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
This show specifically?
This show specifically.
Oh, well, play the theme song. It's Donkey Kong Jr. It's Saturday Supercade's adaptation of Donkey Kong Jr.
Everyone involved in this should be ashamed. They should be fined.
Okay. Well, you ever played the game?
I don't remember. Maybe once when I had random emulators, let's play all the random shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever played the original arcade version, but I've tried the NES version. I was never good at it. I don't think I've ever made it past maybe the second stage.
Right.
I really like the original Donkey Kong. I finished that many times, but Donkey Kong Jr. never quite sat with me the same way.
Donkey Kong Jr. sucks. He doesn't have the charisma of his father. He doesn't throw barrels like his father.
And that's why he's dead. Or he's grown up and he is Donkey Kong now. Or he vanished and his son is Donkey Kong now. No, nobody knows. Nobody knows what happened.
Maybe.
And Nintendo sure isn't telling us.
Nintendo doesn't know. They think it's more fun to just make us guess.
You know, do you remember how, around the time of Wind Waker, Miyamoto and Aonuma used to talk about how they had a secret document back at Nintendo HQ that only they were allowed to look at that showed exactly how the Zelda timeline fits together?
Right.
Do you think they have a similar secret document of the Donkey Kong family tree?
I think it's a single sheet of loose leaf paper, and all it says is that DK is Donkey Kong Jr.
I want to think, I want to believe that all it says is DK equals Donkey Kong.
And it's sealed away in a vault, never for prying eyes to see it.
Just for every now and then Miyamoto goes down to the vault to check it. Once
I like to think we entered this scene in medias res, and Miyamoto is in a blind panic running through this trapped and highly elaborate hallway to get into the vault of secret information, and that's the only thing in there.
And he opens it up, looks at it, and then he calms immediately, breathes a sigh of relief.
Thank God.
So Donkey Kong Jr. the game came out in 1982 for arcade systems. It's made by Nintendo, obviously. And it was a sequel to Donkey Kong. This time Mario is the antagonist, and Donkey Kong's son has to rescue his father from Mario's cage. I guess it follows on directly from the end of the original Donkey Kong.
Is it Mario? I don't recognize this blue jumpsuited man.
Which man are you talking about? Oh, right,
The one on the image I sent you.
Yeah, Mario's colors weren't really, set in stone until... I feel like Super Mario Bros. 2 is where Mario and Luigi's colors were finally cemented.
What if that's actually the secret more evil Wario?
The secret more evil Wario.
Yeah.
The thing is, what you're looking at is the Game & Watch Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah.
I think if you look at the arcade cabinet, I think it's more... Hold on, I had a picture of it up earlier. Let me find it.
I prefer this one because the art is just so charming. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing.
But what about this one? This is the arcade cabinet art.
I think it's cute and I think it's fun. It doesn't tickle me the same way as the Game & Watch one.
It's quite similar to it, but the colors are different. That's the biggest difference.
It's similar, but like the first one is just scrungly enough to be adorable.
The Game & Watch cover does kind of look like an intern trying to match the the art.
Yeah.
Look at Junior's arm on that.
I love it.
Apparently, when they were making the original Donkey Kong, they had a lot of ideas that didn't make it into the game. And then when it turned out to be a big hit, they took those ideas and they made a second game about him. Miyamoto originally wanted players to control Donkey Kong himself.
Oh.
But because of his size, it was decided to give him a smaller son instead.
Why couldn't they just downscale everything? Or upscale, however that makes sense.
Because what made Donkey Kong impressive was his size.
Okay. You put a little teeny tiny Mario on there and the illusion is achieved.
In fact, apparently the reason for the plot being Mario having Donkey Kong in a cage is because they still wanted a huge Donkey Kong to be at the top of the screen.
We think that that's what made it popular. We cannot get rid of the Donkey Kong at the top.
I mean, I think it probably was a big part of the success because he was so big at the top of the screen that you could see Donkey Kong from like across the arcade and be like, okay, there's Donkey Kong. I see the big monkey at the top. That's Donkey Kong. So I can see the brand recognition factor. You know?
Not just the scaffolding and the pipes, but it's specifically the giant monkey that you espy from across the dark arcade.
Because in the second game, you don't have the scaffolding and the pipes. It's in the jungle.
That's true.
So
that's true. That's the knot that ties it all together.
Yeah, big monkey. How would you know?
Big monkey.
Look, you go in the arcade, you're looking for the big monkey. The same way, like, you go in the cereal aisle and you're looking for the Special K.
That's like how I buy all of my products. I have no idea what they're called. I'm just looking for the recognizable big monkey.
Excuse me.
Thank God. Big Monkey brand shampoo is in stock.
Do you have any cereals with a gorilla on it? It's very important.
Gorillos.
Anyway, this show.
I forgot about we had to talk about this show.
I
don't want to talk about the show.
This episode aired on September 17th, 1983, on the same day as the Frogger and regular Donkey Kong episodes of Saturday Supercade that we watched already.
They really shit them all out at once, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they had Saturday Supercade was 4 shows every weekend. So that first weekend, it was Frogger, Donkey Kong Jr., and Pitfall, I think.
Isn't that the one that's lost to time?
I think Pitfall's the one that's lost, yeah. Or at least the first couple episodes are. I can't remember. I think there's some episodes that are out there. The thing with this show is, once it ended, apparently the rights to the shows got split up everywhere, all over the place. So people think that Nintendo of America probably own the rights to this show, but if they do, they're not doing anything with them.
What we have to do is we have to go from area to area, collecting the pieces of the rights to reassemble them into Donkey Kong Jr. So that we can throw it into the fire and be rid of it.
Yeah, but are you going to get through Ice World? I'm not. I get so tired of sliding around everywhere.
I'm also tired of that. I don't enjoy the cold, but if it means ridding the world of Donkey Kong Jr.
I never even noticed the cold. There's so few games where the characters dress up for Ice World. You know, Mario never puts on a sweater.
We'll get a little fun pom-pom hat.
Yeah, they should do that more.
What about Mario Odyssey?
Mario Odyssey doesn't count. That game is all about dressing up Mario in different outfits. It's a Mario doll simulator. I can't remember if there's anything else that you do in it, if I'm being honest.
You have a hat.
Yeah, and you can change it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the game.
You can put it on things and take over their minds like a sinister parasite.
Doesn't ring a bell.
All I remember is Mario's nipples.
I made him a skeleton. I made him metal. I made him 64-bit. I like.
But you don't even remember making him a dinosaur?
I'm doing a bit, Mel. Of course I remember. I love that game.
I know you remember.
Then stop examining my jokes.
You just need to learn to parry it better. God.
This episode's called Truck Napper Caper. And it's written by Michael Mora. We know this guy.
What has he done?
He wrote the Mega Pinocchio episode of Mega Man that we watched.
I'm sorry, we watched a Mega Pinocchio episode?
Yeah, where Dr. Wily convinced Mega Man that he was a real boy.
Oh, that's right. I got fixated on the lying portion. I was like, what?
And that his inner monologue had a German accent.
Right.
It was a good episode. I mean, it wasn't, but that's why I liked it. So this is one of those shows where the plot is extremely loose so that they can air it in any order and it won't matter. Any attempt at like setting up the status quo of this show happens during the opening sequence.
Does that mean Donkey Kong Jr. never finds his father?
Yeah, of course not. He
and the triplets are out there looking together.
Donkey Kong Jr. didn't even make a vow. He's one step behind the Hedgehog triplets.
Well, that does also mean that he's less obligated to continue. He can stop at any time and nobody would think less of him.
And he probably should. Because his father... We saw his father. That's the interesting thing about this show, I think, is that it's kind of like a sub-narrative to the Donkey Kong show, which aired right before it. It was literally like Donkey Kong show ad break this.
Right, so we know that his dad is just out there doing nothing.
Right. The thing is, this show was obviously like an afterthought to the other one, because in this show, he's constantly talking about his dad. In the other show, Donkey Kong never mentions his son, ever. He doesn't care about his son. He's just out for a good time.
As far as he's concerned, he doesn't even have a son.
He might not even know. What if he is not his son? What if Donkey Kong Jr.'s mom was just like, oh yeah, see that poster? That's your dad.
Right, so she didn't have to break the news that his dad is a deadbeat.
Yeah.
The reason that your dad isn't here, Junior, is because he's a circus star and he's out performing.
So yeah, in the opening sequence, we see Donkey Kong Jr. has come from the jungle, has arrived at the circus to see his dad, only to find that his dad's run away from the circus. And then we see him being consoled by a greaser teen who has a motorbike and offers to take him looking for his dad, I guess.
I have so many questions about this greaser teen.
Yeah, where did he come from?
Where did he go?
They just wanted the Fonz in the show, but he doesn't act anything like the Fonz.
He's the worst. The questions that I have 100 times. Why does this guy suck so bad?
Yeah, he's like a Shaggy without the charm, right?
Yeah, he's Shaggy that sucks.
Yeah. Because Shaggy's fun when he's not scared. Like, I'd hang out with Shaggy without any ghosts around.
Yeah, he's just a chill dude.
Yeah.
Smoking weed and eating a lot.
Yeah. Talks to his dog, and that's a bit weird, but
I talk to dogs.
Well, it's not the talking to his dog that's weird. It's the fact that it really seems like he believes the dog's talking back, and it's not like a bit. It's like concerning, you know?
Right. Like maybe it's not just weed that he's smoking.
So this biker teen's name is Bones Bailey.
Like, he's got a leather jacket. His name is Bones. You think he's gonna be this tough guy, and he's the weeniest wiener to ever ween.
I know. He doesn't even drive his own motorbike. That's the thing that was driving me crazy. That's his bike.
He sits side saddle the whole time.
That's his bike. He's like, here's my bike. I could take you for a ride on it. And then Junior's just like, cool, I'm driving, right? Forever.
Do you think he adopted this wayward child for cheap labor?
Which one? Who? Who's the wayward child here?
Junior.
Okay. Maybe. What,
he's the one doing all the heavy lifting, literally and metaphorically.
He wanted a driver?
Yeah.
Maybe. It feels, it not only does it feel weird, like narratively, that Junior's driving the motorcycle, it doesn't look right.
No.
Like it feels like they would look much more natural if Junior was in the sidecar, the chunky little sidecar.
Yeah, Bones is all hunched over.
Yeah.
In this teeny tiny car.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It really bothered me more than it should have, probably. Anyway, Donkey Kong Jr. is played by Frank Welker.
We know that name.
We do, because at the same time, he was playing Chomp Chomp in the rival Pac-Man show.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he's in everything, but we know him from that. And he played the Cave of Wonders in the Kingdom Hearts pilot we watched.
I forgot we watched that.
And he was the voices of Yoshi and Goomba in the 93 Mario movie. Bones Bailey is played by Bart Braverman, who we saw very recently.
Yeah?
Yeah, not on this show, but in our private lives. Remember we watched that Columbo episode with the guy who had like diplomatic immunity?
Yeah.
Bart Braverman was one of the picketing students in that episode.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Just weird that happened to pop up. He mostly has one-episode roles in live-action shows. According to IMDb, he is best known as Pepe in 20 Million Miles to Earth and Dr. Bandari in Mowgli, The New Adventures of the Jungle Book.
Oh, no.
I haven't seen any of those things. So.
No, but they don't sound great.
No. So, they're in Texas.
We start off this episode with a bold-faced lie.
I noticed that too. Do you want to tell it?
They pull up to the sign, "Welcome to Texas," and Bones says that they're entering, the largest state in the nation?
Yeah, he says it's the largest state in the US, yeah.
That's right. And it's not.
No, it's Alaska, right?
It's Alaska.
Yeah. I looked up to see if, like, I was like, did Alaska join the US in the 90s or something? I don't know.
I looked it up too. I was like, I know Alaska was like one of the last states, but it wasn't that recent, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was like the 50s or something.
And like that's like one of the most common questions you get in elementary school geography. Like, what's the biggest state? Because they want you to think it's Texas. And then they'll be like, no, silly, it's Alaska.
Do you think they were trying to imply that Bones didn't go to school?
I think they're just trying to imply that Bones in general is a stupid, stupid idiot.
I just think the writer might have been a stupid, stupid idiot. It's funny as well. They're here in Texas searching for Donkey Kong, but if you watch this on the day that it aired, you've just seen a Donkey Kong episode called Mississippi Madness. So they're nowhere near. They're nowhere near where Donkey Kong is.
Maybe they're making their way east. We don't know what direction they're going.
Yeah, I don't know. They're on Highway 77.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Me neither, but that's the only thing we really get for like a more pinpointable location. Because they get run off the road by some lunatic Texans.
Lunatic Texans.
And they have to go to a rest stop on Highway 77 to fix up the bike. And they get approached by this little blonde girl who wants to help.
This part was so weird to me because I'm like, what's this dumb bitch gonna do to help him? And immediately Donkey Kong Jr. is like, where did you learn to fix motorcycles? I'm like, excuse me, we haven't seen her lift a finger. And she's like, oh, well, my dad taught me. I'm like, what do you mean she actually knows how to fix a motorcycle?
Well, she offered to help them.
That doesn't mean anything. That could mean getting them a sandwich and some water.
I mean, that's true. That's true. What I thought was funny here is that, yeah, Donkey Kong's like, where did you learn to fix a motorcycle? And she said, oh, because my dad is the biggest, strongest truck driver in Texas. And in my brain, I'm like, biggest, strongest truck driver in Texas in one column. Fix a motorcycle in the other column. And then in the middle, there's just like a big block that says no correlation. He's really big and strong, and that's why I know how to fix a motorcycle.
He's also not. He's one of the weeniest men in this entire episode.
He doesn't even look like a truck driver. He looks like an office worker.
He looks like John Businessman.
Yeah, and I love, like, first of all, as soon as he starts talking, I was like, this guy's voice doesn't sound like it's in a cartoon.
No.
It just sounds like some guy.
Stay in sight, Jenny. We'll be ready to hit the road any minute.
But he's immediately like, he's spotted his daughter talking to this gorilla child, and he's like, Jenny, get in the car, please. stop talking to strangers.
You're gonna get fleas.
Yeah, I by the way, I don't know who the voice actors are for any of these other characters, because as we've encountered before with this show, only the recurring cast are credited for their roles, and everyone else is just additional voices.
Right.
And the only recurring characters in this show are Donkey Kong Jr. and Bones, so those are the only characters I have voices for. So the Texans who ran Jr. and Bones off the road earlier are nearby, looking at the cargo that Jenny's dad has in his truck. And they just like waltz over, tie him up, throw him in the back of the truck and drive away in it, all in broad daylight at this crowded rest stop.
This entire thing makes no sense. Why would you include the charge of kidnapping? You don't need to kidnap the man.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But
we'll get to that cargo full of kidnapped truck drivers.
For some reason, the delivery of "they've taken my father" really made me laugh.
Those men have taken my father!
So Junior now shouts his catchphrase, "Monkey Muscle." Because apparently he's the Scrappy-Doo of his own show.
Oh, I hated it, because that was the first thing I thought of.
Of course it was. That's probably what they wanted you to think of.
They took it directly out of his mouth.
Like, what else can you think of?
Oh, I thought of something else, too.
Oh, yeah?
Monkey magic. Monkey magic.
Oh, I'm so glad I introduced you to that.
That I'm now haunted by it.
Yeah, so this is, I don't think we've ever talked about this on the show before. When I was a teenager, I was almost always up way too late, and I would have the TV on, and I spent a lot of time watching, I think the show is just called Monkey. I think Monkey Magic is just the name of the theme song.
Right.
It's a show that my mom watched when she was growing up. And when I was a teenager, it was on at like, I don't know, 1 a.m. or something. So I used to watch it all the time. And it was my first experience with Journey to the West, which is now one of my favorite like classic pieces of literature. I didn't know it was based on Journey to the West at the time.
But now you do.
But it's great. It's an old, I think it's is it Chinese? It's
I want to say it's Chinese. No, this says Japanese.
Oh, was it Japanese? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a Japanese TV show that was dubbed and aired in the UK in, I think, like, must have been the 60s or 70s or something. 1978, it says.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
But the best part is the theme song.
Yeah.
It goes so much harder than it needs to.
It's really good. Good show. I want to actually watch it again because I haven't ever seen the entire show. I don't know if it like reached an ending.
If Monkey ever completed his 9x9 trials.
Yeah, I don't know. But I enjoyed it at the time. I don't know how well it holds up now. So Donkey Kong and Bones take Jenny with them. For some reason, they have a helmet for her, for the motorbike.
Well, because Bones isn't wearing it.
No, they're all wearing helmets.
He wasn't wearing it earlier, was he?
That's a good question.
Maybe
he
was.
At this point...
No, he was. He was, okay.
When they get the little girl on the bike, all three of them have helmets on.
Okay.
So they chase the truck up a mountain road. The villains take Jenny's dad out of his truck and load him into another truck that's full of tied up truck drivers. So I don't know. Up until this point, it seemed like they wanted whatever was in the truck.
Right.
But now I'm like, is this actually a human trafficking operation?
What are they going to do with a bunch of grizzled truck drivers?
Put them to work, driving trucks.
I suppose. This whole organization is just human trafficking.
Yeah, for truck drivers. So Jenny waits behind while Junior and Bones go to rescue her dad. Bones distracts the sandwich-eating guard while Junior breaks into the truck with his muscles. Just kind of like peels the truck open like a sardine can.
You know, come to think of it, it's a little weird that they brought Jenny to this dangerous villain's hideout instead of just leaving her at the rest stop while they took care of all this.
Yeah, it's almost like maybe someone didn't think this plot through.
Right, because she's not involved in the rescue in any way, shape, or form.
No, she could have stayed
She
at
just
the truck
stands
stop.
outside.
Yeah, Bones pretends to be a wildcat in the tree, but then he slips on a pine cone and he falls on the guy, ruins the guy's best hat, which he sounds heartbroken about.
You ruined my best hat.
That was the best part of this episode.
So Bones is caught, and now Junior, I guess he gives up peeling open the truck. That's just kind of like not a thing anymore.
Well, he has to go help his idiot sidekick Bones.
He uses some pine needles to give himself a mustache for some reason.
It's a disguise, so they don't know he's a tiny gorilla.
Nothing. He jumps down. He's wearing his leotard with a big J on it. But he's got some pine needles attached to his face, so they couldn't possibly know who it is.
Is still visibly a gorilla.
And he introduces them as Bad Boy Bones and Monkey Wrench Willie. The toughest truck nappers in Texas.
They want to join the gang.
Yeah, so the gang gives them a test. They have to steal Turnpike Tex's truck. So they get into the bed of the gang's pickup and they all drive to the Tumbleweed Tavern, leaving Jenny stranded in the mountains.
In the hideout of some criminals.
And Junior says they just have to pretend to be truck nappers until the police come. So has someone called the police?
But they just steal a truck!
Yeah, right, that's the thing. And I was thinking, like, when the police come, is I was just pretending to steal the truck a valid defense when you've stolen a truck?
You'd think that they would, like, go talk to the guy whose truck they're supposed to steal and be like, hey, man, can we borrow your truck? We're trying to bust this criminal organization.
Yeah.
But they legitimately steal the truck from this unsuspecting man.
They legitimately commit a crime, and then they're just like, we'll just pretend until the police arrive. But nobody's called the police.
Nabdy.
Like, this is 1983. They don't have cell phones.
Not only did they steal this innocent man's truck, they've de-pantsed him in public.
Like, the only person who knows what's going on, who could have called the police, is Jenny, who they've left stranded in the mountains, far from a phone. So they go into this tavern without the gang. I was so confused by the staging of this. Because they go alone into the tavern and the gang are like, we better keep an eye on them. And then Junior and Bones walk all the way through the tavern to the back wall, straight to this open window where they just continue interacting with the gang anyway. So, like, why did they split up in the first place?
Because we needed to kill about 10 seconds.
But it didn't. It didn't even kill one.
I don't know.
They could have all gone into the bar together. The only extra time that was added was that second of the guy being like, we should keep an eye on him.
I don't know.
But they're so close to this window, and this window is so big that they're still, like, grabbing them through the window, like, shaking them and stuff.
Right.
Just so strangely ridiculous. I've written here, ridiculous staging. That's what I've written about this moment. So it's like maybe the gang are banned from the tavern. They're not allowed in. So they have to lean
Maybe
through
they're
the window.
banned, or like this guy recognizes them as the hooligans that are stealing all the trucks and the men inside of them.
But they're still leaning in the window, grabbing a guy and pointing to the guy that they wanted to steal the truck from. Yeah, Tex is over here arm wrestling someone through a table. And I also really laughed at Bones. Bones walks right up to Tex, stands directly next to him, almost touching him.
Oh my god.
And then,
I laughed so hard.
And then says, how are we going to get close enough to Tex to get his keys?
He's practically whispering in Tex's ear.
I thought that's what he was doing at first. I thought he leaned down to whisper to Tex to be like, "Sir, I need to speak to you over here for a moment." But no, he was talking to Donkey Kong Jr., who I think was further away from his whispering mouth than Tex was.
He sure was.
It almost felt like a Guybrush Threepwood moment. You know, like in point-and-click adventure games, where you'll click on something that you can't do, and then your character has to like turn to the screen and be like, "I can't grab it while the guy's looking."
Right.
And you sort of accept it in a game like that. but when it's in a TV show, I don't know. I think Monkey Island played with that sometimes, where like Guybrush would look to the camera and be like, "That guy'll see me if I steal this right now." And then the person he's talking about would be like, "Huh?" Junior challenges Tex to an arm wrestling competition. And while they wrestle, Junior uses his feet under the table to steal the keys along with Tex's pants. He didn't mean to do that.
Tex doesn't notice.
Well,
He doesn't notice that he's suddenly depantsed in public.
yeah, does he ever react to that?
No, he's just upset that the keys are gone and they steal his truck.
Well, yeah.
Which, I mean, valid.
Yeah,
but
I suppose if someone was stealing my livelihood, I'd be a bit less worried about my pants.
I'd still be pretty upset, though.
Yeah.
It would definitely amplify my rage as opposed to anything else.
Once the truck's gone, that's when your attention turns to the pants, right? That's when you're like, "Oh, hang on a minute."
You know, to be fair, if they had that much of a heads up on me that they were just gonna steal the car anyway, you're not gonna chase after it. You're gonna be out in the road, pantsless, chasing after a truck on your bare feet. No, thank you.
What else have you got to do with your day now? You just freed up a whole lot of time.
Well, now you can cover your shame. You can at least act dignified about it.
He had some respectable boxers on. I respect him more for going with the pink polka dot boxers.
Yeah, usually it's white with red polka dots. He jazzed it up a little.
Yeah.
Or like white with red hearts.
Yeah.
That's the classic cartoon boxer.
Do you think his wife bought them for him?
Definitely.
You know, of everybody in this episode, I think that Tex had the best design. He kind of looked like a Popeye character.
How do you think about this?
Picture of Tex lying on his face in the street
Pantsless.
outside the Eats store.
I liked Tex. They try really hard to make us think he's this gruff, mean, horrible dude, but he's literally just a guy that likes arm wrestling that they've stolen a truck from.
Yeah, he seems all right. He seems.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's like it's the bad guys who want to go after him. So I guess it makes sense that Tex is all right. He's a good guy by association of being versus the bad guys.
Right. He's the good guy by association of he has committed no crimes in this episode, unlike Donkey Kong Jr.
Donkey Kong Jr. is the villain of this episode. There's more crimes that he will get to it.
Oh, we will.
Because
his rap sheet is only getting longer.
Because Grand Theft Auto is not even the worst of his crimes this week.
No. I think we've got a couple murder charges.
So they successfully escape with the truck and Tex's pants. And as they drive back to the hideout, Bones begins to question the plan. And I thought it was going to be like, "Hey, Junior, are we committing a crime here?" But he's not. He's just like,
are we the baddies?
This is going to be dangerous.
Right. He's like, wait, I don't actually know what the plan is.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that there was a plan up to this point. In fact,
there wasn't, because the plan is just to sit in the back of the stolen truck and give him a boogity boo.
Yeah, and also, Junior says that the plan is that they're going to beat the gang back to the hideout and set a trap. But I don't know how it's possible that they beat the gang back to the hideout, because the gang left before them, because Junior specifically gave them a heads up to leave. He went to them and he was like, "I've got the keys. See you back at the hideout," before he left.
I don't think this episode was given a second draft.
I don't think this episode was given a draft. I think maybe this episode was being written as it was being recorded. Junior's waiting in the back of Tex's truck to tie up the gang. He's going to jump out and tie up the gang when Bones gives him the signal. But I didn't really catch what happened. I think like Bones accidentally gives the signal early or something.
So the signal is that Bones or somebody was going to come knock on the doors to the truck, and then Donkey Kong Jr. would come out, and then Bones was like, I should knock on wood for good luck, and he knocks on the metal doors of the truck, and Donkey Kong Jr. springs out thinking that's the signal and ties him up.
Right. Yeah, so Bones gets tied up instead, and then Bones panics, runs into the side of the truck full of kidnapped drivers, which I guess doesn't...
Which has been open this whole time!
It's been open this whole time. It apparently doesn't have the handbrake on. And I guess it was sitting on a slope.
I laughed so hard. The truck moves forward, and Donkey Kong Jr. is like, oh no, it's about to go off that conveniently placed cliff. Like, it felt like a Simpsons gag.
What really made me laugh is that he says it's going to go over the cliff as it goes over the cliff. And it really didn't look like it was going to stop.
No!
Because it ends up like precariously balancing with just the cab dangling over the cliff and the actual truck bed still on the solid land. But the way it was animated, it did not look like it was slowing down.
It had a lot of momentum still going.
Yeah. If real life physics were applied to this truck, all these men are dead.
Right.
But as it is, some other men are gonna die.
I did also think it was funny that not only were the doors ajar, but it was Bones and Donkey Kong Jr. that then closed the door again on them and pushed the truck to the cliff.
Right. What really got me was the suddenness of it.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Like, he bumps into it. First of all, he's a weedy little teen. Him bumping into a truck is not going to cause any movement, realistically.
No.
But it's almost like the truck. You know what it's like? It's like he slapped the rear end of a horse.
Yeah. And it startles and runs off.
Yeah, and it bolted. That truck bolted. If I made this show, the truck would have reared up first.
There would have been an audible whinny.
That would have been really funny. In a better show, that was what would have happened. The thing is, you could make this show hilarious with just a few simple tweaks like that.
Right.
So Junior's going to go save the truck. He tells Bones to fight the gang. 7 men, each twice Bones' size.
Yeah.
So Bones actually does the intelligent thing and runs away instead.
But he doesn't know how to open a door because he's a wiener.
Junior saving the truck just kind of happens. It's like no big deal. He's just like, yep, there we go. That's done. Like,
we've moved on.
Yeah, it's like practiced. Like, he's done this before.
Right.
There's a methodicalness to it. And then he's just like comes back to throw things at the gang for a while, to just pick up various things and throw them.
He did throw the door at them, but we never see it like animate as such. So even though it looked very intentional in the way he threw it, it didn't go anywhere near them. And I was very confused about that.
I did like when he picks up a boulder and just like pokes 3 holes in it with his fingers and then uses it as a bowling ball. That was a pretty good gag.
That was a pretty good gag.
But I don't think he hit them with it. He just knocked down a row of trees with it.
I don't think he was trying. I think he was trying to smush them.
Oh, you think this was premeditated?
I do.
All these logs come rolling down the hill towards them, and then they trick the gang into running into a shack with one of those like what do you call that kind of trick? It's almost like a bullfighting thing.
Yeah.
Where you're standing in front of an open door doing a boogity face, and then you just step aside when they pounce at you. So they all run into this shack, and then the shack is completely flattened by the logs. Like, flattened.
It's mashed against a cliffside and flattened by just several big, thick trunks that have come rolling down the hill.
Those men are dead.
They're dead.
We don't see them again.
But you know what? At least the truckers are safe.
That's true. Yeah, Jenny and her dad thank Junior and Bones for their help. And Junior and Bones leave on their bike, and that's the end.
Off into the sunset.
Remember when Junior was like, we just have to pretend until the police come?
And then they stole a truck and killed 3 men.
And
yeah.
the police were never anywhere. There was no police in this whole episode.
Do you think Junior is a psychopathic killer and he's just using Bones to get away with his little monkey crimes?
Maybe. You think that he's even related to Donkey Kong?
No.
You think it's just so then like the police will show up at Donkey Kong's door and be like, your son's committed a bunch of crimes, and Donkey Kong will be like, I don't have a son.
Well, we established at the beginning of this episode that they're not related, and it was a lie from his mother.
who he killed.
Well, we don't have to go that far.
I don't know. I mean, he's out on his own, no parents.
Monkeys can run away. It happens all the time. I mean, look at the Pokemon world. They just send their children out into the wilderness.
Those aren't gorillas, Mel.
A gorilla would be better suited! You're telling me if you had to choose between sending a child or a gorilla to go live in the wilderness, you think the child would have better odds?
It depends. I'm just saying it's not a 1-to-1 equivalency between a gorilla and a human child.
Yeah, because a gorilla is made up of like 80 human children.
I think we need to have a serious talk about where babies come from.
You merge them together. I played Tingus Goose.
The more children you merge together, different numbers of children merged together produce different animals.
No, you have to merge 3 babies together, and then they'll continue that way into different forms until they ascend as a seraphim.
Okay, but
they create a singularity.
But you said a gorilla is like 80 children mashed together?
I haven't merged that many children together. Who knows?
Okay.
I really only know how to make biblically accurate angels. I'm not so good at gorillas.
Well, you had never tried anything other than a biblically accurate angel.
Yeah, but I succeeded.
Do you think the final boss of Kirby 64 is a biblically accurate angel?
No.
Why not?
Because he's not biblically accurate.
I guess he's only got one eye.
Yeah.
But other than that, maybe he's just not very good at it.
I think he's just cosplaying.
Oh, okay. He's bleeding out of that eye. Did you play Kirby 64?
I only ever rented it, so I never got to beat it.
Oh, the final boss is crazy.
I know what he is. I've seen him.
Good. I was going to say that was like the first really like crazy dark Kirby final boss, but then I remembered we had already had Marks by then.
How is that crazy dark?
It's pretty scary.
Marks? That giggle clown?
Well, yeah, he's a giggle clown that like splits in half and a void comes out of him and sucks up, and then he like fires a laser beam across the screen at you.
Laser beams are not scary. Everything shoots laser beams in video games.
I thought Marks was scary. He's got like scraggly bat wings.
You're scared by very silly things.
Yeah, most people are. Why do you think it exists?
That's different. I've never seen Marks tear off a child's arm.
That's only because Kirby won.
So you're saying Georgie just needed to inhale some enemies and then he could fight Pennywise in the sewers?
I mean, if he had a sword, that was really his first mistake, not having a sword. Anyway, what did you think of this show?
I hated it. It was stupid.
It's really stupid. Yeah.
I feel like things have gotten worse because I've watched it.
It's very clear to me that the writers weren't really interested in making this show.
No, this show shouldn't exist, and it only does because they thought money would happen.
Like they didn't even work through their own internal logic for this episode.
No.
And like, where was Jenny for like 90% of the episode? They took her with them.
Trapped in the mountains.
And they just left her.
Yeah.
So what were the highlights of Donkey Kong Jr.?
That man's hat.
They abducted a child and left her in the mountains. They stole a truck. And then they murdered 3 people. Anything I missed?
All in all, a successful day.
Just a day in the life of Donkey Kong Jr. He's not beholden to our laws.
No, they're the laws of man, not monkey.
Yeah, not the laws of the jungle.
Exactly.
You know, as bad as this show was, the animators put a lot of work into it. Like, I wouldn't say this show looks good, but there's a few shots where I could see that someone had worked hard.
Someone somewhere tried, it just wasn't the writing team.
Yeah. Like that shot with all the logs rolling down towards the shack. And one of the logs has a branch, so it's actually like when the branch goes down, it's actually affecting the roll of the log.
Right.
I was like, wow, I can't believe that someone actually worked that hard on this show. And I didn't like it personally. I didn't like the framing or the staging of it, but somebody put a lot of work into that scene where Bones slips on the pine cone as well. It's I didn't like that shot personally. There's a lot I would have changed about it, but I can respect that someone worked hard on it.
Credit where credit is due, I guess.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say about this.
No, everything was terrible.
But what about the legacy?
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think there is one.
Okay.
What if there was, though? What if Bones was adopted into Donkey Kong canon?
I don't know if I could handle life anymore.
What if Donkey Kong Jr. had continued as a discrete series from Donkey Kong Country, and it was just Donkey Kong
I feel like
Jr.
it would have evolved into something, by this point, probably decent, and it just would have had a dumb history.
Do you think Bones would still be part of it, or do you think they would have abandoned him like Professor Egad?
I think they would have abandoned him eventually.
Or Toadsworth. Toadsworth's a better example.
Yeah.
Remember Toadsworth?
No.
It was a big thing in the 2000s, and now he's dead.
Rip King.
It was Peach's butler. I think he was introduced in Mario
Now she just
Sunshine.
makes Mario do it. Oh, I didn't play Mario Sunshine.
Well, he was in like basically all the GameCube Mario games.
I don't think I played any of the GameCube Mario games. I played Luigi's Mansion.
You didn't play Mario Kart Double Dish?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he's in Mario Kart Double Dish.
I didn't have a GameCube until the Wii was already out.
Yeah, I think Luigi's Mansion is the one Mario game that Toadsworth wasn't in, because that was before Mario Sunshine. He was in the Mario and Luigi games. Did you ever play any of those?
I played one of them. I played the one with Paper Mario in it, but I didn't beat
It might have
it.
been after Toadsworth was retired. He was in the early ones.
So every Mario game I didn't touch has Toadsworth in it.
Yeah, it was a really big deal for the 5 Mario games that you didn't play. I'm looking on the wiki to see when his last appearance was. Oh, technically his last appearance was the Paper Mario 2 remake. You played the Thousand Year Door, right?
I played the original.
Yeah, he's in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he does much, but he's in it. Yeah, Mario and Luigi Dream Team seems to have been his last appearance, which is, I think, the Mario and Luigi game right before the one you played.
Cool. Doing my best in this life to avoid Toadsworth.
Well, you've seen him in Paper Mario, you just don't remember him.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I played that game.
This is him.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah, he's one of the first people you meet at the start of the game, because he's the guy who's like, the princess is missing, I came here with her and she ditched me.
Gotcha.
I don't think I've got anything else to say. I want to play Pokopia more.
You have a sickness.
Yeah, so let's end this. Let's end this so I can get back to my Pokemon.
I'm surprised you even let it go on this long without, blacking out entirely.
Yeah, I managed to do this whole recording without having my Switch in my hands playing Pokopia. Can you believe it?
No, actually, I can't.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, this show was bad, but I've had a fun time.
It was really
I had a
bad.
fun time discussing it with you and laughing at how bad it was.
If there's anybody I had to watch a stupid garbage Donkey Kong Jr. show with, it might as well be you.
Yeah. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, whose names are currently loading.
Thanks, currently loading.
I have to get the names up just in case there's anyone new. There's not this week.
What a shock.
Thank you, Jamie Core, Mark Kelly, and Natalie No. Or, inversely, Natalie No, Mark Kelly, and Jamie Core.
Whoa.
Whichever order you'd prefer.
Anything you can dream of.
And also our Club Mesmeron, Eugene Lattig.
Some would say they're the weirdest of the freaks.
If you'd like to join them, you can head to patreon.com/superbreakfastfriendsclub. I got it right first time.
Wow, you didn't have to stall for time with the www.
I had it on screen. Yeah, if you sign up at the Mesmeron tier, then you can demand we cover certain episodes. And if you sign up in any other tier, you can still listen to our special Patreon episodes, of which there are 4 right now, I believe.
Wow.
I'm Skull Pirate Mike, and you can find me on the internet on Twitch and Blue Sky mostly. And who are you?
Who am I?
Mewtwo?
Am I a human? Am I a Pokemon?
I just played a whole game about that.
It's true. I'm pretty sure you're a Pokemon.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I'm a Ditto.
Because in real life you can also suck up garbage like that?
Yeah. Bye. Well, you can't.
No.
You just haven't.
Mike, that's not healthy.
You just haven't tried.
You're like that French guy that ate the baby.
It wasn't garbage. I don't use it on garbage, but I could if I wanted to.
You have sucked up garbage. I've seen it. I've seen you put non-burnable garbage in your mouth and then hand it to
I
Garbodor.
wish you would stop referring to my cheesecakes as garbage. They're really nice, and if you tried one, you would like it.
I'm not gonna get sucked into your garbage cult. Not again.